those things like the car's there, and it's like if we practice it, we're going to destroy the car. So it just has to be, and that's also was all one live take as well. Some people thought that maybe we stopped, recorded that earlier in the day or something, and then did the rest live. And I was like, no, that's all one continuous thing. Everything me and Braun's done has been live.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you, like, when you're up there and you're about to jump onto the car, when you're about to do the tsunami onto the car, are you thinking about your knees?
Sometimes, yeah. I always wear knee pads. But I've sort of, I think from doing it for so long, like even in the independents, I used to do a frog splash. And I stopped doing that because I injured myself once. And then I went to the normal style sort of splash, but I think my knees are so conditioned now that it's okay.
But, it's one thing to do it in the ring. It's another thing to do it
on a car.
On a car.
Yeah. It's one of those moments where I climbed up onto the wall, and I did it earlier in the day just to see how high it was. And I was like, it'll be fine. And in the moment, obviously, it's live television show. You just have to go for it.
There's a moment before you climb up there, before you do the tsunami on the car, where he throws you across the hood of the car.
Oh, yeah.
And you land hard on the asphalt.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about this.
No one except everyone backstage. When I got backstage was talking about that. Hunter thought I broke my neck or cracked my skull open. They were hoping that I was fine. It was just happenstance. So he checked me across the car. Obviously, I didn't think about I was going to be all sweaty. And that thing, I don't know if they buffed the car earlier, but I just slid straight off. And luckily, from years and years of wrestling, I've always been taught to tuck my chin. And as soon as I felt myself going, I tucked my chin as much as possible, and I sort of just landed across my traps. Again, luckily, I have big traps and stuff like that. I feel like someone else that could have been very bad for them.
I mean, when you watch it back in slow motion, it's like, that actually seems legitimately scarier than the car spot.
Well, it's the same as right before that, I get choke slammed onto the other car. And because for some reason, it didn't make a big sound or anything.
Yeah.
But that hurt much worse than anything else in that segment. I got picked up and thrown onto a car, and I don't think anyone appreciates it.
What's crazy is that a choke slam onto a car has been a big spot in other matches.
It's true, yeah.
And here it was just that's just the thing that happens before this.
Yeah, it's getting to that point now where we're doing some crazy stuff where it's what do we do now to try and one-up that? It's...
And how do you? How do you do that?
Yeah, it's hard, yeah. It's trying to be inventive and still stay within the realms of being, nothing too crazy. I think things still need to be safe, but it's hard to come up with new stuff.